This book can't end with a, oh, it's all a dream. I will not have that. I'm anticipating the surprise. I just don't know what the surprise is yet. And I'm staring at the author like, why would you do this to me? I have to pee so bad. I feel like death. Look at me. I am not okay right now. Okay. Hi guys, I am literally still sick, but I feel like I just need to come in here and tell you a little bit of what the book is. Wait, actually let me get the book. What the book is about, because I did not talk about like what I read at all in the video. So I just need to give you a little bit of background information so you know what I'm going on about in this video, or else it literally won't make sense. This book is about the Sinclair family, who's like this really rich, old school white family in the States. They always have this image of being like the perfect family. Every year in the summer, they go on this family vacation on this island that the grandfather owns, and it's just like the whole family, all the aunts. She spends the whole summer with her cousins, and she loves her cousins. They're called the Liars, the four of them around her age. We know that on her 15th summer at the island, something happens, but she can't remember what happens. She just knows that she hit her head too hard and she just like forgot everything. We're trying to figure out through the narrator's perspective of what happened. The family's just like not telling her, they're just being nice to her, and she's trying to figure out what happened. There's just like family drama along the way. I am back because I just need to explain the family drama a little bit more clear, just so you kind of know who the characters are, what's happening. The people who go on this family vacation every year are from the grandpa's side. He owns the island, makes sense, and the grandpa has 3 daughters. One of them is the main character's mom, so the narrator's mom, and the other 2 are her sisters, the main character's aunts. Those aunts have children who are the main character's cousins. The 2 that she hangs out with that are part of the Liars are named Johnny and Marin. They're from different mothers, different aunts. And then Gat is Johnny's stepfather's nephew, something like that. Gat isn't actually part of the family, and he's of a different race. So he experiences racism and he feels like an outcast just by the way that the grandfather treats him, because everybody is like sucking up to this grandfather because he owns all the money, and like all the aunts are like dependent on them, while the kids are they're just being kids. Like the narrator is a kid, she's just trying to have fun on the island with her cousins. And Gat and the main character are kind of like a thing. They only see each other in the summer every year, but like every year on the island when they see each other, they're like in love. That's important to know. There's other cousins too, but they're like too young and they're not part of the 4 Liars. I think that is all that's left for me to clear up. Okay, now back to Kaylee from like 4 days ago. Hi, I'm feeling a little bit unwell, so I'm just sitting in bed, and I'm sure all of you guys have heard about this book before. It is so popular on TikTok right now. I actually bought this book when it came out, so I was like still in grade school, I think, and then I read it and I remember thinking that I didn't enjoy it that much, but a lot of the people I watch on YouTube are reading it. They're like recommending it, so I'm gonna reread it and see if I like it. Also, I like completely forgot what happened in this book. All I know is that there's a really big plot twist, which is why everybody's reading it. But I just remember when I was reading it back when I was in grade school, I didn't find the plot twist really surprising. So maybe that's why I wasn't very like, whoa, this is such a good book. I don't know what made me expect it, and I don't remember what the plot twist is. I'm currently on part 2, but I actually already read part 1 when I was waiting for my mom to pick me up. But the only thought I have from part 1 is that Gat is kind of suspicious, and he seems like, you know, those people who are nice, but they have alternative, is that the right word? What is alternative motives? Is that the right word? He just seems like too good to be true, if that makes sense. I'm slightly past the part where she says that her mother kept repeating the story of what happened when she was 15 because she kept asking and she couldn't remember. I just had this like overwhelming wave of anxiety because she calls her mom mommy or whatever. What if later on in the book she just stops calling her mom that? she's giving away all her stuff. Her dad keeps offering to take her on vacations in the summer. Like, it just makes me feel like the family's still trying to cover it up and like not want her to remember, even though her mom tells her that's better for her to remember on her own. Oh my gosh, also they're redoing the whole layout of their house on the island. It literally feels like they're covering it up. I have no idea of what Gat did, but I'm scared that I'm gonna find out that he drowned her, or like he told her that he didn't love her or something, and then she tried to kill herself. I can't tell if the book is giving me hints or not, because when the granddad picks 3 peonies, if that's how they're pronounced, and then he's like, 3 flowers for you, you should have 3. What if he killed Gat? Because he's like really obsessed with his whole like family line and stuff, and like maybe he's getting too close to family or like ruining his plans. I don't know. Too many things going on. Okay, never mind. Maybe the whole spending the whole summer with Dad thing wasn't the Sinclair's family's idea. I'm just reading the part where the mom argues to bring her to the island instead of going on the Australia trip. Is it plot twist time? I kind of feel like a fool thinking that Gat died, or did I think he died, or that he committed murders? I have no idea. Him welcoming main character girl, I forgot her name, to the island, it just seems like he did nothing wrong. And then now I'm suspicious of the grandpa because he chopped down a 100-year-old tree that the kids loved the tire swing on. You know, that's a little bit sus. I'm at the part where she's writing down everything that she remembers from that summer, and then there's like the questions where she asks, what happened between me and Gat? Did we argue? Did I wrong him? And then suddenly I had a thought, what if she and her grandfather got into an argument over Gat, and then something happened, like maybe something that her grandfather said that made her wanna like drown herself or something. I don't know why I keep thinking it's suicide. Maybe because she didn't bring like a towel or anything. Like, you're not gonna go swimming without a towel, you know? Every chapter I just have something to say because something new, interesting thought just comes up in my mind, and I'm like, this is it, I've solved it. Okay, I didn't solve anything, but this is just interesting how the more I read, the more I realize that the whole family's like, actually, they need some help. Like, at first I thought it was just her family that's a little bit suppressing their feelings, but it was naive of me to think that the whole family is obviously doing it. Like, even the kids are. When what's her name, like Carrie, she's taking that walk, and then she's talking to the main character, and she's like, Will has such bad nightmares. Like, Will's literally a kid. I think he's like 10 or something, right? How old is Will? I don't even know. How can you be so young and be like conditioned to just pretend that everything is okay? Okay, but what if Marin, is that how you say her name? Marin? What if she's like the sweet one, but they could pull a fast one on me, and like maybe she did something so shocking, and that's why the granddad keeps calling everyone Marin. I don't know how to say her name. She's like the least suspectable suspect. What if it's her? Oh my gosh. I don't know why I ever thought this book was boring. Why did I think this book was boring? It is so intriguing. So intriguing. I just feel like everyone is like being so fake to her, and I don't know if they're actually fake to her or if they just miss her. If I were her, I would just feel so awkward. All of these people are just being so nice to me and like treating me like nothing happened in a way. Oh my gosh. What if, my mind is racing. Okay, what if it's the granddad, and then like they're all pretending around him that everything is fine? What if he's trying to forget something that he did? I have no idea, because like when the main character asks Carrie if she went back to sleep, and then she just says, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm like, bro, you guys were literally talking last night. But like, would she have said the same thing if the granddad wasn't there? Now I get why this book is so hyped up on TikTok. I feel like my suspicions are confirmed that everybody is just acting around her, acting cheery, because now she's talking to the twins. It literally reads, Taft nods. She said if we make your headaches worse, she'll string us up by our toenails and take away the iPads. We're supposed to act cheerful and not be idiots. What do you mean act cheerful? Is everyone just pretending? What's the whole point of this trip if everybody's just pretending? Like, is she really gonna get better? I don't want to like keep filming because then I'll have too much footage to edit, but then like I read one more page. It's where Gat is like putting up all her old pictures, and he even puts up pictures like drawings where she drew her dad and her grandma, which both of them passed away, and like the Sinclair family is supposed to not talk about people who like passed away or like things that aren't part of the family anymore. They're like redecorating the place to like get rid of what Marin's mom wanted the house to look like, and then Marin says that her mom never comes to the house anymore. When the main character asks why, she's so suspicious. Like, she just says, you know, natter natter, least favorite daughter. It's just like something probably happened in this house, and I kind of feel like the liars are trying to remind her or like jog her memory of what happened, because Marin keeps inviting her to come stay with her in this house, and then her mother doesn't like this house, so maybe there's something happening or something happened in this house. Am I getting ahead of myself? I don't know. Okay, but then I read a half a page more, and then now Marin is saying the whole family knows that she doesn't remember what happened. So are they sheltering her, or are they helping her remember what happened? I'm so confused. I just needed to show you guys this because it's so funny. Start reading from here and then go down to here. Okay, my theory has changed again, because now I read that the daughters of the granddad had a fight over who would inherit the house. Also, the granddad is like threatening to sell it so that none of them would inherit it. And then now I'm like, what if the whole thing was about that? But then why would the main character go out to swim in the middle of the night? I don't get that part. This is like the perfect plot. Like, I just love how the narrator sees the family as how the Sinclair family would like outsiders to see their family, and because the narrator lost her memory, she's kind of like an outsider because she doesn't really know what happened, and it just seems like a beautiful family. And then she picks out all of these small things that, wow, this is, why did I ever not like this book? I just don't get it. I know there's romance in this book. I know there's romance, but I just can't. I'm like literally cringing when she runs up to him, grabs him, and then like kisses him, and he kisses back, and he's like, you don't know me. It was so cringy. I just want to skip over this cringy bit. The tension was good. Just leave it at that. Did Gat just admit that he did something evil? Okay, I'm at the part where they're talking about, I forgot if I mentioned this before, but the granddad, when he was alone with the main character, he was like, I need to give Gat this book. And then now, like a couple chapters later, Gat's talking about how the granddad sees him as this character in the book who's pitied and like takes in this boy who's not like the rest of the family, and the rest of the family sees him as beneath them, but he falls in love with like one of the girls from the family, and at the end of the book he turns out to be like evil or something. You know, like the main character says that, oh, you're not evil, and then Gat says that he is, and that he already has done something evil. So was it Gat? I am so I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to point out that I love how the narrator would literally write out like unsolved mysteries for me, and as a reader it just makes me more confused because I'm reminded of all the things I don't know, but at the same time I'm like, here are all the clues, maybe I could put them together. I can't. I'm just more confused. Oh my god, okay, so they just talked to the lawyer who's in charge of the property assets, I think that's what it's called. And then the granddad's like, he's taking good care of you, but don't tell your mother. And then her mother was the one who was upset about who gets the house, the island. What if they were fighting over that, and because the granddad was gonna give the main character the house, a property or whatever, and then the mom got upset, and maybe the main character doesn't want the house, so she's like, it's not my problem, I'm gonna go drown in the sea. Oh my god, so the main character did something which maybe upset Gat or the granddad. Okay, what if the main character told the granddad that she liked Gat and there's nothing that the granddad can do to get in between them, and then shit just... Okay, that's my theory. Okay, I'm tired. But we just find out that it's the granddad who pays for the trips to Europe, which is why all of the other liars are jealous of that. And now it all makes sense because I'm like, there's no way her dad... I was even suspicious, like, why was her dad suddenly taking her to Europe, you know? But yeah, she raises good questions, like, why did the granddad want her dad, who's not really part of the family anymore, to take her instead of her mom? So that's suspicious. Oh my god, okay, so my suspicions were right. I didn't actually film when I had my suspicion that Marin's boyfriend just seems so textbook boyfriend, and I was like, it's so weird that she's talking so much about him, and then now she admits that she never had a boyfriend. And then she says, you know how when you come to Beechwood, it's a different world? You don't have to be who you are back home. You can be somebody better, maybe. Oh my gosh, this whole thing literally seems like a fever dream. They're all just actors in this little world that they made up on this island. You'll have to excuse how I look because I'm about to fall asleep. I'm at the part where the main character is asking, how do you say her name again? Mirren. I feel like I've said her name like 10 different times, but main character is asking her what happened, demanding that she wants to know, and then Mirren asks her, what do you think happened? And the main character is like, she thinks she was the victim of something, like it was a rape or she was attacked, and then the only thing that Mirren says is that it was a messed up summer. So I'm starting to think the main character isn't the victim, and maybe she was the one that started it, but they all feel bad for her or something because she lost her memory. Okay, remember when I said I didn't want the romance? I might take that back because this line where she finds the swing that Gat made for her, and then there's like an envelope, and then inside the envelope was like a dozen dried beach roses, and they all spill it when she opens it. That is so cute, so cute. No, because the story that she writes right after this interaction, the mouse, who I'm assuming represents Gat, burns the palace to the ground because of how they disrespected him and just like didn't want him there. All the characters are just taking the spot of the one to blame, but maybe it's a collective. The collective did it. Maybe. Did I just read what happened? The four of them burned down the house. I need to reread this. They burn the house and then she jumps into the water. Oh my god. So confused. I feel like I need to sit up for this because I can't believe they actually burnt the house down, and that's why there's like nothing left and they had to rebuild the whole house. That makes sense. And the tree was probably old, so it was burnt too. I don't know how I feel about this. They're like teens and they're rebelling and they don't want to be perfect. But also, how did she end up hitting her head? Okay, so I was right that aunties were fighting. I was right, but I had like so many different theories, so like one of them has to be right? The aunties were fighting over the estate. Johnny's mom was losing, so Johnny's mom told Johnny to like seem perfect so that she could still get some of the inheritance because he's the oldest male grandson. I still don't have the whole picture, but I'm pretty sure the kids just wanted the parents to stop fighting over money. That's my theory. And they burnt the house down. Okay, I have to be right this time. I've been reading for like hours and hours since I got off the bus, so like since 4, and right now it's almost 11, and I have, okay, let me show you how much I have left. This much on this side. On this side I have this much left, and I'm getting close. I can feel it. I'm just so tired, and I know I can finish this book in one day, so I'm like, okay, you just have to power through it. I'm so tired, and I'm scared I'm not gonna have the full effect because of how tired I am, and I want to feel the full wash of surprise. I'm anticipating the surprise, I just don't know what the surprise is yet. I hope there's a surprise. It makes sense now why Marin didn't like the quote that the main character said about trying things or like doing things that you're afraid to do, because that's what they were doing when they were burning down the house. I feel like part of me is like, okay, I get what happened now. I know everything that lead up to the fire and I knew that the fire happened, but I feel like there's like a crucial piece of information about what happened after the fire that could like totally turn the whole situation around, and I have no idea what it is. We find out they killed the dogs because the dogs were locked up in the house when they set the house on fire, and there's only so little pages left and I still don't know the whole situation. How can this many pages wrap up the whole story? Okay, now why is Gat saying that it's all his fault that he's showing affection to her? Is it his fault? Is everything his fault? Like, why she got hurt? I just don't get it. Wait, I'm reading about what happened on the news that the granddad told how Gat, Marin, and Jonathan, so the liars, were killed in the fire, and how Candace, the main character, was hit on the head and went to the hospital. But the whole book she was literally talking to everybody, and it's in present time. What? No, stop. I just had a thought. Were the three of them, Gat, Marin, and Jonathan, were they purpose? I can't even talk, I'm getting so emotional. Were they purposely gonna die in the house? And then the main character phones the police and she jumps off a cliff to kill herself. But how is she seeing them? Like, when she returns... Is it because of the trauma, or she's just like dreaming or something? This book can't end with the, oh, it's all a dream. I will not have that. I can't. There's only like 20 more pages. No. Okay, no, I'm on the next paragraph. And the main character literally says like, see you in Cuddletown. So I hope it means they're gonna run out of the house after they set it on fire so that they don't actually die. Oh god, I got so emotional, bro. I was so scared. I feel like I need to film me reading the last pages. So here I am, reading the last pages. No, but they were literally talking to her. How could they be? I don't get it. What? How can they be dead? She was literally having full-on conversations with them. I don't get it. What the fuck? I really don't get how they can be dead when they were like literally living with her. No, the part where she's like, Johnny wanted to run a marathon. He wanted to go mile upon mile, proving his lungs would not give out, proving he was the man Granddad wanted him to be, proving his strength though he was so small. His lungs filled with smoke. He has nothing to prove now. There is nothing to run for. I'm literally crying. They can't be dead. They were literally talking to her. I'm literally crying so bad because she mentioned Marin's yellow wedding dress wedding and how she'll never have it. Is that why they never have dinner together anymore? Why all the liars refuse to have dinner and they like never leave the house? They never leave the cuddle down or whatever the house is called. Are they all just in her head, and she's just remembering traits of them and like piecing together the story. I feel like death, and I don't want this to happen, and I feel like there's so much more that I still don't know, but there's only like 10 pages left. Okay, back to reading and back to me being sad. And is that why they never got her emails or her packages? I'm still like kind of confused. Like, they should just make them up to piece together the story. I'm rereading the line. Marin will never have a wedding with yellow roses or a groom who loves her enough to wear a stupid yellow cover bun. And I'm just crying over it every single time. I need to blow my nose. I can't. I like, this cover literally has the author, and I'm staring at the author like, why would you do this to me? I'm so traumatized. Maybe I just didn't care much about the romance because I didn't feel nearly as sad as Johnny's and Marin's as I... And then she cries because she's the only one alive. And I'm crying because she's the only one alive. And then the way she like writes out the names in order and then the other way around like she did in the beginning. They're supposed to be together forever. I can't. They have said they loved me. I have felt a cat's kiss and Johnny's laugh. Mary shouted it across the city. I have to pee so bad, but I wanna finish it. Okay, I'm gonna go pee. Okay, I am back from my pee break. So I've had a little bit of time to collect myself. And there's only this much left of the book. We're getting through it today. We're getting through it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the first line I read hits me so hard. I guess that is why they've been here. I needed them. Please. I didn't know I was gonna cry this hard today. I'm so glad we're nearing the end. And she still refers to her mom as mommy, and how her mom is like showing some sympathy towards her, and it just feels so good. And now I'm reading this where she interacts with her dead cousins, and I'm just thinking it's all in her mind, and I don't want them to disappear when she tells them that she remembers what happens, because I feel like that's what's gonna happen. And she has the exact same thought. You remembered everything. I didn't know if he would still be here, I say. He was only 15. They were so young. I have to finish the book. There's like literally 5 pages left. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna finish the book. But they're talking to her like, I'm starting to feel like they're like spirits or something, but I really don't know. I just really don't want it to be like her imagining it, because I feel like that'd be so sad that she like misses them so much that she like physically sees them. You were yourself. I don't want anything else. The amount of forgiveness is just making me cry so hard. my god, okay, Kaylee, you got this, you got this. We're gonna get through this. Okay, there's only a few more pages left. Okay, never mind, I'm crying at their romance. But also mostly because Gat just had so much potential. And they were all so young, and they were all leaving her. I can't continue reading after they dive off into the ocean. It was like the last time we'll ever see them. Snot is like literally hanging down on my face right now. I feel the tears. The last of the tears. Not the purple rocks. Not the purple rocks. That's why he keeps calling her Marin. He's grieving for her. I'm almost there. Trying to make it through without having to take a break to wipe my tears. Oh my god. I blink and the tears are coming. Can't believe I'm on the second last page. How could you? I don't even know how I feel about this ending. Is this a standalone book? I feel like there's a second book, but like, okay, I feel like if the book ended right after they ran into the water, that would be fine. Because now I'm reading like her knowing and her family knowing, and I'm like, it feels like there's something more. And the author's just looking at me. She's just staring at my pain. How did I think this book was boring? I think I was like in grade 6 when this came out, when I bought it. How could I ever think this book was not good? Like, look at me. I am not okay right now, and I am hurt in the best ways possible. Also, I need to tell you guys that this is like one of my favorite things in the whole world. This is the cap to this water bottle, and you open it from the top. Let me show you. Okay, you just like pull it back, and then you can, it's full, but like pour the water into the cap, and it's like a cup. Literally one of my favorite things in the whole entire world. I just love it. It's so worth it. Let me show you the brand. You can get it at this, I forget how to pronounce their name. Starts with an H. I love them so much.